What's going on, everybody? No running today. Just going to be talking about the builds. Have the Limitless right here on the table now, and the Cray-Detta is right over there. Going to be talking about that as well. But first, with the Limitless, as you guys know, the last time you saw this thing was when I had a pretty devastating crash.
Nope. See, it's pretty bad. Okay. Well, that's just the front end. One battery got ripped out.
Damage up front, damage in the rear. The wing had to be, the bat wing was destroyed. And obviously the front end was crashed up pretty bad. Lost my splitter, lost this front piece here as well. So this has been replaced. Painting it black. I got a new body as well. So what I'm going to end up doing there is, obviously you see this is black. So I'm going to do kind of like a half and half, kind of similar to what I did with the Cray-Detta. Only I'm going to do black up front and then blue in the rear. I like the style, I like the way it looks, and I don't want to stay with green. I just figure I'd kind of change up the colors and do that half and half, black and blue. And considering it was just like, well, you know, this car has crashed a few times already, so typically you bruise up, get black and blue. So I was like, all right, well, let's just do black and blue. Trying to think of what else. So I ended up replacing the servo. That was getting a little bit glitchy. It was kind of moving around, so I kind of figured the gears internally, everything was kind of messed up, maybe from the crash, not 100% sure, but it was acting up. Had some recommendations from the guys on Facebook which ones to go with, and I ended up going with this one right here, which is the I forgot what brand it is, but I'll put that up on screen. Another thing that ended up happening was once I replaced everything, I did not realize that I had a bent A-arm, and as I was driving, I was like, man, this thing is just not driving straight. And this car, as most of you know, is pretty solid and it stays on rails. So when I took a closer look, I noticed that my left A-arm on this side, and I'll put a picture up on screen, was bent pretty badly. And I think it was bent from my first crash that happened when my son came out with me, because considering it was basically this side that was damaged, both of my dog bones on this side were bent, so I'm assuming that's what happened there. And maybe it wasn't bent as bad, and then when I ended up crashing again, maybe it just got worse, and the car never recovered after that, and it just didn't drive straight. So that's been replaced, so everything there is fine. As far as damage to the rest of the vehicle, everything else was in good shape. Obviously the bat wing needed to be replaced, so I replaced that with the stock wing, the stock Limitless wing. And another thing that I ended up swapping over to, I was running 96 millimeter foams before, the BSRs. So my buddy K-Bash suggested these. They were really good price on eBay. They are bigger than the larger BSR foams that you can get from BSR, which those are, I believe, are 103. These, I measured them myself, and they come in like around 105, 106 millimeters, which is bigger than what they're advertised as 104 millimeters on eBay. And I'll show you a quick measurement here so you guys can see. All right, so I'm coming from the top right here and trying to make sure I'm centered out. And as you can see, we're like at 105.5, and that's centered out right there in the middle. So I'll try to get this lined up. But yeah, 105.4, so bigger than advertised, which I'm really curious. I'm more curious how well they hold up, because I don't know if you can see, it's a bit like it's not a smooth surface on these foams. And if you take a look at these BSRs next to it, I guess the truing process for these foams is a lot better with the BSRs versus these. So maybe after I run it once or twice, or maybe after a good run, it'll smooth this out. But I'm just kind of curious how well they hold up. So we'll see what happens. So I'll be taking the car up today. I do have the battery charged. It's actually charging right now. It's not fully charged, but I'm trying to get it up where it's fully charged. So I'm going to get this out today on 6S. See how well it does. Nothing crazy. I did gear down, so the car should probably do somewhere around 120, maybe 130 miles an hour. I'm not going to be going out to the airfield, so I'm just going to kind of head out to the warehouse area that I go to and see how well it performs. Again, I'm just trying to get it out, see how straight the car is riding, get the car trimmed out. But mainly, I would just kind of want to check these wheels out and see how well they perform. That's it with the Limitless for now. Going to jump over to the Crayetta and talk a little bit about that and where I'm at with it. Hey guys, got the Crayetta out here on the bench. Going to kind of go over everything that's new with it. Obviously got a new set of foams, 96 millimeters BSRs. Did end up replacing all my turnbuckles all the way around with these Traxxas turnbuckles. I'll pop up the part number for that if you guys are interested in picking that up. So what I did back here was I just used the regular turnbuckles, tightened them up, got them to the right height that I needed in the rear, and it worked out. My only issue is with those same turnbuckles, the end caps for the turnbuckles for the original Traxxas ones are too long, so I had to swap them out with the Arrma ones, which are a little shorter. So I was just able to kind of screw those on here, and it worked out height wise and giving me the clearance that I need up front. So that's taken care of. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. Yes, one more thing. Well, actually a couple other things. This Oak-Tay spool. I ended up ordering another one. As you can see on this side, this is the drive shaft side. But this is the input gear to the diff side. And as you can see, those gears, not the gears, but the teeth on the inside of this are torn up pretty bad. And I actually just put that in and I started turning it, and it was kind of, it felt like it wasn't catching well. And it kind of makes sense considering what you see here. So I ordered another one of these, and that should be here in the next couple days or so. Let's see what else we got. Servo. So I ended up swapping out the servo. Servo was kind of glitching out a little bit on me. I don't know if it was from the crash or whatnot, but did get the servo put in. I did put the servo horn that came with it, but it's rubbing on the plastic right down here. So I ended up ordering another servo horn, something smaller. I think it was Servo Saver, just enough that it would give me the clearance that I need to get this to turn properly. Because right now the servo horn, it's kind of bumping on the plastic, and I'm not getting the turn radius that I need. So it kind of sucks at the moment. But yeah, once that part comes in, it should be here on Monday. I'll just go ahead and swap that out. And let's see what else we got. So I ended up adding a light in the front, as you can see here. So what I want to do with the light is actually, it helps me see the car from a distance if I can just get like a strobing LED. And this was a recommendation from Tony. He sent me the link for this one, and I picked that up. So it's super bright, super bright. And I've been out there with Tony, and I can see his from a distance with his front LED. So this should help me out as far as positioning the car and getting it ready for the beginning of the run. So really excited about that. And I think that's about it. Nothing else with the Crayetta. Hopefully I'll be able to get it out next weekend, and get another pass here so I can crack into the 140s on 4S. So I'll be running, so I ended up losing my Azure 4S 9000 milliamp battery. I lost one cell on there, so kind of sucks. But I do have two SMC high voltage 4S packs, so I'll be running those in parallel, and I'm almost positive that'll push me over 140. Just got to get this car dialed in. I will be running it sometime next week, during the week, just to kind of make sure everything is running straight once I get everything resolved with the servo, and swapping out the spool with the new spool and the gearing and stuff like that. So I'm excited to get this car back out, get into the 140s on 4S, and eventually get this thing out on 6S, and getting past 150, maybe crack into the 160s. So really excited. All right, guys, that is all I have. If you guys have any questions or comments, leave them down below, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.